can we know as parents if our teenagers or children are already addicted to phone? Phone on its own is not an evil tool. Those who invented phone invented it so that we can make use of it positively, so that we can have connectivity, so that the world can be turned into a small global village. They had good intentions of inventing phones, but it's unfortunate that we have the pros and the cons of this phone. It's unfortunate that the evil or the havoc that phones is creating in the lives of our children are more than the good, even the life of the adults. But it depends on who is using the phone. And it depends on whether it's the phone that is controlling you or you are the one controlling the phone. So today I want to talk to parents on how to discover if their children are already addicted to phone or their screen. You know, children might not be using Android phone personally, but they have some other devices, some technological devices that they use to play games and do other things. So how do you as a parent know that my child is already addicted? So that's what we're going to discuss today. So how do you know if your child is already addicted to phone? As a parent, you need to find out these signs in the life of your child or children. Number one, if you take away the phone from your child and that child becomes very angry, excessively angry, to the extent that he or she begins to do negative things, their parents, when you see that sign, know that your teenager or your child is already addicted to phone. For instance, I heard about this story of a teenager. No, the father just asked him, okay, he was instructed to wash the car, then repark it somewhere inside the compound. So he left the phone, went and washed the car. Then he left the car where it was. He didn't repark as instructed by the father. So by the time the father came out and saw that the car was still where it was, he now called him and said, I told you to repark this car. While the father was talking, this boy was busy with his phone. He reluctantly replied his father, and the father got angry. This boy was an undergraduate as at the time that I was referring to. The father got angry and took the phone away from him. Do you know that this boy became very angry and aggressive? And do you know what he did next? This boy entered his room, took what is this popular poison that people were using, it sniper. He took a small bottle of sniper. Probably they have it in their house for insects and the likes, and he drank it. Why? Just because his parents, the father, took the phone away from him. By the time they realized that he has poisoned himself and they rushed him to the hospital, it was too late. And because of phone, This because of phone, this boy killed himself. That is an excessive anger. And that shows the boy was already addicted to his phone. There are many reasons or factors that also contribute to addiction, but that is not the discussion for today. Today we are looking for signs. You as a parent needs to look for signs that will indicate that your child is already addicted to the screen on his phone, especially the teenagers. So when you seize the phone from them and they become excessively angry, they know that this child is already addicted. And at that point, you need to take a positive step as a parent. Another sign is that when you discover that they are losing interest in other activities, aside from pressing their phone engrossed in their and being engrossed with their phone, they are not interested in any other thing. If you call them to do other things outside pressing phones or watching some other things, whatever it is that they are doing on the phone, they are not interested in the no, no, mommy, no, please, I don't want, no, 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 no. What is it? They feel reluctant. They don't want to engage in any other activities. That is a sign as to let you know as a parent that your child is already addicted to the phone. Another sign is loss of interest in study. The moment your child loses interest in studying, know that that child has been addicted to his phone. And most times when a child is addicted to phone, you begin to discover that their grades and ratings in school begins to go down. Their scores begin to go down. Their performance begin to go down. Another important sign is isolation. If your child is always isolating himself from others in the house or from doing things together either with the parents or with his siblings, it's always isolating himself. When you go and search for him, you will see him or her with the phone. When it's time to eat together, he or she will tell you, mom, I'm not ready, I'll eat my food later, and so on. I'll do this later, I'll do that later. That's what the child will tell you. At that particular point, know that your child is already addicted to the phone. If the child does not sleep when others are sleeping, and when you peep on him or her, he or she is with the phone, there is a problem. That child needs rescue. That child needs to be saved. If all that your child does is to always talk about games and social media all the time, any little time he has opportunity to talk or discuss with other people, it's just about social media, then I want you to know that that child is already addicted to the phone. Another thing is when you discover that your child has lost interest in real life activities. Like I said before, if you call for family outing, it's not interested. If you call for games, it's not interested. Recreation activity, he or she is not interested, except to stay with his or her phone. Then it shows that that child is already addicted. There's a particular lady where I worship. I discovered that throughout the service, she presses the phone. Except probably she has been told, I wouldn't know. What I discovered recently it was that during the sermon, that is when the pastor is preaching, she will stop pressing that phone. She will put the phone maybe in her bag. Immediately after preaching, she brings it out again and she starts pressing. That is an addiction. There must be boundaries where you can be engrossed with your phone. There must be time for everything. There must be discipline for everything. So when you discover all these signs in your child or in your teenager, as a parent, you need to take action quickly. And if it's very bad, like that anger, the anger issue, if it's attached to it and you see that it's in the extreme, you need to consult a professional counselor as a parent. So parents, I want to believe that with these few points and the signs for you to know when if your child is already addicted and the way out of it, in my next video I will be discussing how you can help your child out of phone addiction as a parent, because you must help them out of addiction. You must deliver them from addiction. If not, there's going to be a problem. So in order to avoid a future problem for that child, for the society, you need to take action as a parent. And those actions we can take, in my next video, we shall be discussing it. So until we see again, don't forget to like, to share, subscribe. Till we meet again, have a wonderful time. Thank you.